Navigating the turbulent waters of love can sometimes feel like deciphering an intricate code, one in which the signals you receive from someone who cares deeply for you seem confusing, contradictory, and at times even hurtful. Perhaps you've noticed that the person in your life who once radiated warmth and affection is now acting distant, taking considerably longer to reply to your messages, and generally seeming less communicative than before. You might be left wondering, what did I do wrong? Or why are they pushing me away when I thought our bond was unbreakable? In truth, the situation is far more complex than a simple reaction to your actions. In this guide, we will explore the underlying reasons for their behavior, the possibility of external influences, and how you can navigate this challenging period with honesty, patience, and self-compassion. At first glance, their distancing behavior might appear as though they're pulling away from you because their feelings have changed. However, what if the reality is that they are constantly thinking about you? In many cases, such behavior can be a defense mechanism, a way to protect oneself from the potential sting of rejection. Deep within, they may be grappling with a fear of opening up completely, worried that by exposing their true emotions, they might be vulnerable to hurt. This internal battle can manifest as delayed responses, fewer texts, or even a seemingly cool demeanor. It's essential to understand that these signals are less about you and more about the emotional state of the person you care about. Their reserved behavior might be their way of trying to safeguard their heart, rather than a sign that they no longer value your presence in their life. They may even discuss you with their close friends, highlighting how important you are to them, while simultaneously struggling to bridge the gap between feeling deeply connected and fearing the inevitable pain of vulnerability. Complicating matters further is the possibility of another person in the picture, someone who might be actively or subconsciously working to sabotage the bond you share. Jealousy, after all, can be a potent motivator. This individual might be envious of the admiration and love that your special person showers on you, and in some instances, they might even harbor romantic interests in the person you hold dear. Their intentions could range from subtle undermining through gossip and negative insinuations to overt attempts to pull you apart, simply because they can't bear to see you both happy together. Such interference not only sows seeds of doubt and confusion, but also contributes to the emotional turbulence that can make you question the foundation of your relationship. It is crucial, therefore, to remain vigilant and not let external negativity cloud your judgment. Understand that the third party's actions are driven by their own insecurities and desires, and while their influence might be real, it is only one element in the multifaceted dynamic of your relationship. When faced with this conundrum, the most effective tool at your disposal is open, honest communication. It may seem daunting to confront someone who is behaving inconsistently, but sharing your feelings in a calm and non-accusatory manner is vital. Express your confusion and hurt, and let them know that you are seeking clarity about their recent distance. By engaging in an honest conversation, you create an opportunity for both of you to address your respective fears and concerns. When you broach the subject, be gentle yet direct. Acknowledge that you understand they might be dealing with personal challenges or fears of rejection, and reassure them that your goal is to build a stronger connection rather than to pressure them into anything they're not ready for. This supportive approach can help them feel safe enough to reveal the real reasons behind their behavior. It's important to remember that while you care deeply for them, you cannot force them to reveal or overcome their insecurities. Your role is to offer understanding and patience, not to solve their internal conflicts for them. At times, the person you love might be struggling with self-doubt, wondering if they are capable of making you happy, or fearing that they might not measure up to your expectations. These insecurities are not a reflection of your worth as a partner, but rather an echo of past disappointments or unresolved personal challenges. It is not uncommon for people who have been hurt before to build walls around their hearts. Their distance is a protective barrier meant to prevent further emotional injury. Recognize that these doubts stem from their own internal struggles rather than any shortcomings on your part. By offering a compassionate ear and a steady presence, you can help them navigate their insecurities without feeling overwhelmed by them. It's also essential to understand that their hesitation does not diminish the love they have for you. It merely highlights their struggle to reconcile fear with affection. In time, and with mutual support, these barriers may soften, paving the way for a more genuine connection. Love, in its most profound form, is a leap of faith. There are no guarantees, and the possibility of pain always looms on the horizon. Yet, the reward of finding a soul connection, a soulmate, or a twin flame is immeasurable. Many people speak of this type of love as intense, fulfilling, and transformative, offering a depth of connection that transcends ordinary relationships. However, it also carries the risk of deep emotional hurt, especially if past experiences have left scars. When you find someone who feels like a true soulmate, the intensity of your connection can be both exhilarating and terrifying. The passion you share might inspire you to push past your fears and take risks that could ultimately lead to a lasting, meaningful bond. Conversely, the fear of reliving past disappointments might hold you back, prompting you to adopt a guarded stance even when your heart yearns for closeness. The key is to balance your vulnerability with self-care. Allow yourself to feel and to trust, even though it might be challenging at first. Understand that every relationship carries inherent risks, but it is precisely this vulnerability that opens the door to genuine intimacy. The courage to embrace love fully, despite its uncertainties, is what often leads to the most rewarding experiences in life. If you believe that the person in your life is more than just a fleeting interest, that they might be your twin flame or soulmate, then recognize the rarity and significance of this connection. Soulmates are often described as having an unbreakable bond, a deep, intrinsic connection that remains strong regardless of distance or external interference. Even if they appear to be pulling away at times, their heart is still inexorably linked to yours. This paradox of distance and closeness can be confusing, but it also suggests that your connection is more profound than it appears on the surface. As time passes, the moments when you are apart may only serve to intensify the longing you both feel for each other. Whether it is a song on the radio that reminds them of you, or a familiar scent that evokes memories of shared experiences, the universe has a way of constantly reminding both of you of your intertwined paths. In these moments, the temporary distance can turn into a catalyst for reflection and ultimately for drawing closer once again. For those who find meaning in the alignment of the stars, the influence of astrology can add another layer of insight into your relationship. Based on certain signs mentioned, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, it is possible that one or both of you might belong to these zodiac profiles known for their independent and free-spirited nature. These fire and air signs are celebrated for their passion, creativity, and desire for personal freedom. However, these traits can sometimes translate into an aversion to being tied down or feeling confined in a relationship. The push and pull between the desire for freedom and the yearning for deep connection can lead to moments of emotional ambivalence. While their need for independence might prompt them to create distance, the underlying truth is that their heart remains committed to you. The stars, as some believe, are aligned in your favor for the coming months. This period of time may present a unique opportunity for both of you to confront your fears, communicate openly, and ultimately take your relationship to the next level. It is a time when cosmic energies might work to deepen your bond, fostering an environment where love can flourish despite the occasional setbacks. Given all these complexities, the best course of action is to focus on what you can control, your own responses and emotions. Here are some steps to consider as you navigate this challenging yet potentially transformative period. 1. Initiate a calm conversation. Reach out to your loved one with honesty about how their recent behavior has made you feel. Express your desire to understand their perspective without assigning blame. This conversation can be a starting point for unraveling the misunderstandings that have built up over time. 2. Offer support, not pressure. Let them know that you are there for them, ready to provide the support they need as they confront their own fears and insecurities. However, avoid pressuring them into committing more deeply than they are comfortable with at this stage. Love cannot be rushed, and genuine connection takes time to cultivate. 3. Set healthy boundaries. While empathy is important, remember that your emotional well-being matters too. Establish boundaries that protect you from feeling neglected or taken for granted. It's perfectly acceptable to step back if their distancing behavior begins to erode your self-esteem or sense of security. 4. Reflect on your own needs. Consider what you truly want from this relationship. Are you willing to wait for them to overcome their fears, or do you need more immediate reassurance? Self-reflection can help you decide whether to invest further in this connection or, if necessary, to move on gracefully. 5. Stay away from drama. If a third party is involved, refrain from engaging in gossip or conflict. Let their actions be a reflection of their own insecurities rather than a catalyst for further drama. Instead, focus on nurturing the bond you share with your loved one. 6. Embrace vulnerability. Understand that taking a leap of faith into love always involves a degree of vulnerability. While this might feel risky, especially if you've been hurt before, it is also the pathway to experiencing a connection that is both deep and transformative. It's worth noting that many who find themselves in similar situations report that the next few months can bring a significant shift in energy. When the stars and the universe are aligned, opportunities arise to rebuild trust and intimacy. If you and your loved one can navigate these turbulent times with patience and open communication, the result might be a bond that is even stronger than before. The coming months may offer you both the chance to set aside past fears, engage in heartfelt dialogue, and embrace a future where love is both fearless and fulfilling. Whether you eventually emerge together, stronger and more connected, or find that your paths are meant to diverge, the experience will have provided valuable lessons in trust, resilience, and the beauty of vulnerability. In the end, love is a journey, a winding path filled with peaks of joy and valleys of doubt. The person who seems to be avoiding you might very well be struggling with their own inner demons, caught between the powerful pull of deep affection and the equally strong urge to protect themselves from potential pain. Their distancing behavior is not a reflection of your worth or a sign that your relationship is doomed. It is simply a manifestation of their own complex emotional landscape. By choosing to engage with them openly, offering support without sacrificing your own needs, and maintaining a hopeful perspective, you create the space for healing and growth. Whether or not this relationship ultimately evolves into the soulmate connection you envision, the process will allow you both to learn more about yourselves and about what it truly means to love and be loved. Remember that every relationship has its own rhythm, and that sometimes the universe has its own plans. Trust that even in moments of uncertainty, your connection is meaningful, and that love, when nurtured with patience and compassion, has a way of finding its balance. No matter the challenges, the energy of your love is potent and enduring. It transcends distance, overcomes doubts, and, in its most genuine form, will always guide you back to each other. So, take a deep breath and allow yourself to be vulnerable. Embrace the journey ahead with an open heart, ready to face the unknown. In doing so, you honor not only the love that you share with your special person, but also your own courage to love fearlessly, even when the path is uncertain. In this intricate dance of closeness and distance, remember that every step, every moment of hesitation, and every act of courage is a part of a grand tapestry that is uniquely yours. Let the universe, the stars, and your inner wisdom guide you as you navigate this complex yet beautiful journey of love.